I have the power! Top 10 Heroclix Powers coming right up. Mr. Clicksflix is sponsored by Lucky Dice Cafe out of Huntsville, Alabama, home of the ROC. No matter if you're in the United States or around the world, Lucky Dice Cafe has the winning roll for all your gaming needs. You can visit them at LuckyDiceCafe.com or on their Facebook page using the links found in the description of this video. Welcome back to another Heroclix Top 10 video. Today we're talking about the top 10 Heroclix powers. If you're new to the channel and you want to not only perplex up your Heroclix IQ, but outwit the competition, make sure to Hulk smash that subscribe button and also the little bell notification so that you're sure to not miss anything. Alright, starting off this list is probably the most obvious of them all, Pulse Wave. The ability to ignore game effects is just overpowered. It's been overpowered since its inception. The single target Pulse Wave is probably one of the best competitive powers ever conceived. That's a standard power, and it's really been a staple ever since it came into effect. And then also the ability to just do 1 damage to everybody that's within the area of effect is also extremely awesome. This is just a fantastic power that is just, it's going to be on every figure that's been good ever. Next up, we have Hypersonic Speed. This has been another good one ever since its inception. A little bit less powerful now since it doesn't pair up with super strength like it used to, but it still sort of does, and a lot of people, don't think it's as good. I personally think it is. But the ability to run up, hit somebody, and then run away back behind blocking terrain or another figure or some barrier, that just hide and go seek type of power makes it really difficult. Any character that has Hypersonic Speed is automatically top tier, at least within that set, and a lot of times they end up being competitive also. Next up, we have Probability Control. The ability to get a reroll on any attack is just phenomenal. Whether it's your attack or your opponent's attack, it's just fantastic. Statistically, it's really nice for taking care of those outliers. So if your opponent rolls a crit hit and you're like, I really can't take that extra damage, you're like, prob it, baby. Or if you're like me and you get 4 crit misses in a game, you're like, I kind of need this. I need a reroll, because that's just hard to win in games when you roll that many crit misses. But that's why this is on that list. Next up, we have Perplex. I've been on this power ever since I started this channel. Just statistically, the ability to shift stats plus or minus 1 in general is fantastic. I have a video about the statistical information on that, on how much it adjusts in the YouTube card now. So go ahead and check that out after this video. Next up, we have Outwit. Now, had this been over a year ago, I probably wouldn't have made the list, which is sad because it's always been historically one of the more powerful powers. But now that with the pick a power figures, you can use Outwit to outwit a power so that they essentially can't take it. Or, if they picked it, even though it's not on their dial, you can still outwit it. Made it top tier again. And it's just been rocking the house ever since they made that change. It's been back up top tier. I'd say it is definitely one of the top 10 powers in all of Heroclix. Alright guys, we're halfway done. Make sure to stick with me. Next up, we have Penetrating Psychic Blast. This one's pretty obvious to me. The ability to slice through damage reducers is phenomenal. Right now there's only one reducer that it doesn't cut through, and that's Invincible. But, I mean, the ability to get through Impervious, Invulnerability, and Toughness is great. Impervious used to be one of the hardest powers to get through, and this just makes it so that it's not that big of a problem. Just a fantastic ranged way to get through defenses. Next up, we have Exploit Weakness. This is the close combat equivalent of Penetrating Psychic Blast, and it's on this list for good reason. Pretty much the same reason Psychic Blast's on here. Anytime you can cut through an opponent's defense, just makes it that much better. It's really a good way to tilt the game in your favor if somebody has a heavy reducer and then you're like, oh, well, I have this. So now I'm going to exploit weakness through your defenses. If Pensai's on this list, exploit weakness has to also. So now that we're a little more than halfway through this list, what are some of your favorite powers in the game? Go ahead and put it in the comments below this video. Alright, next up on this list we have Invincible. This is one I used to dog on when it came on. I used to be like, it's not better than Toughness really, and stuff like that, because it used to be that you cut the damage in half. So 2 damage character was still dealing you 1 damage, and you're like, but I'm invincible. And the powers were like, not really. But now it is phenomenal. You can reduce Penetrating Psychic Blast and Exploit Weakness. You reduce by 2, and you only take a maximum of 3 damage. It is just out of this world phenomenal. Easily my favorite reducer in the game. Next up on this list I have Barrier. This is a finessey power, but I really like it and it's really popular with a lot of people. You're able to block lines of fire, block lanes of travel, and in the hands of an experienced player, Barrier is for sure one of the most powerful powers in the game. And especially if you have somebody that knows their maps, man, you can shut a team right down. It's just difficult to deal with, especially if they have multiple barriers on a team. Just a phenomenal power. Really great. I'd say easily one of the top 10 powers in the game. Alright, next up we have one that even I was surprised made the list. Mastermind. I wasn't really sure, when I was making this list. I was like, top 10 powers, what do I really like? And I was like, what's really good that nobody talks about? Mastermind. It was always good. It's been always good. I'm being a little bit of hyperbole here. It's always been good, but when Precision Strike came in, it kind of, took it to Pound Town a little bit, because you're like, oh, I'm Precision Striking. Good luck Masterminding that off. But now, Mastermind gets around Precision Strike, so it is one of the cream of the crop defenses. Yeah, it sucks for whoever you're passing that damage off to, but the person with the Mastermind who you're trying to keep alive, it is phenomenal. So guys, now that I've given you my list of the top 10 powers in the game of Heroclix, go ahead and give me some of your favorites in the description below this video. Let me know what you think of my list. Let me know if I was way off or spot on. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, give it a share. It really helps keep me motivated to make these videos. And if you really liked it, I mean really liked it, make sure to check out the description of this video for various ways to support Mr. Clixflix. Also, check me out on Patreon at patreon.com/MrClixFlix. If you're looking for some Heroclix related swag, kind of like this t-shirt, make sure to check out my Spreadshirt store for some awesome Heroclix related swag. Or if you're just looking to do a little shopping on Amazon anyway, make sure to hit that Amazon affiliate link before you do so, so that a portion of your purchase will come back to Mr. Clixflix at no additional cost to you. So it's really a 360 win for everybody. That's all I have for you guys today. As always, please remember that it's only a critical miss if you don't have probability control.